my boy Ray.
When the role's placed on you, you kind of have to like slowly mold into it.
Oh man, how's it going?
I leave that to the investigators in our subreddit.
1, 2, 3.
CLG!
We got Power of Evil on the show. Power of Evil, how's it going?
Good.
So when I interviewed Stixay, he said that he thought that the first week you guys were undoubtedly the worst team.
Yeah.
It does feel like you guys were entirely different teams between week 1 and week 2. Stixay also said he thought that a lot of it just came down to Irean coming in.
Yeah, he's bringing a lot of like strategic insight and helping, especially with like vision around mid lane, because we were really horrible at like setting up vision around mid lane, knowing when to fight it, when to engage, like picking the right fights. After we won against FlyQuest and I think we only dropped 1 kill, like came back into our room and Irene's just like, guys, I'm disappointed in you guys. Like that's the first thing he says, you know? Like he just like
first win of the season.
He just drops it, you know? We get our win, everyone's happy, he just drops the mic, you know?
I think the biggest impact that Irean has as a coach is centering the team after we had like a really bad day of scrimmages. This is the team movement stuff. We were kind of doing it right, but not really, or we were doing what we could. This is stuff related to mechanics. We just got outplayed, so let's just get better. Oh, this is stuff that we actually just did wrong. Additionally, he's really good bad cop to my good cop. You know, after a victory, I'm like, okay guys, like these are all the great things you did well. This is what we progressed on. You know, after a loss, I'm like that. And he's more after a victory, he's more like, you guys suck. Like watching that game was completely horrible.
Oh man, how's it going? Welcome.
So Brandon is our analyst, or was our analyst, and he was working under Tony. He is very self-driven and very innovative in terms of coming up with ideas and really puts in the work to create excellent reports and excellent ideas and excellent insights. It's not stuff that you're going to see if you're just trying to do analysis of the game through numbers. Like that's not really, I mean, we can always get analysis of the game through numbers. He's trying to do analysis through the eyes of like an expert, right?
It's so weird. This is like a girl that you've been dating online, and now we're all gonna see him. It's gonna be so weird. he's like our little baby on the team, dude. Colin.
He's your girlfriend, now he's a baby.
No. Whatever.
1 team, 2 teams.
Yeah.
Like, move out this guy's way so he can actually like hang out.
Oh, my support! How was the fight? You good? I'm not the shortest anymore. No, I'm kidding. I'm already roasting him.
Welcome.
Irean, Colin.
Hi. Matthew.
Stuff's coming together, guys. Brandon is here in Los Angeles. Welcome. Irean, Brandon, Tristan, and Ray finally have their living situations. Woo! I don't know where that game on Sunday came from, but it was awesome to see the snowball. Essentially, just incredibly high tempo. They had maybe 2 opportunities to make a play on us, I think, the entire game. We were always basically playing an objective-focused game. Even when we were giving objectives, we traded them for something.
Definitely confidence is not an issue going for this week. It's more about if we can execute on stage our game plan and if people play like they did last week.
We're working a lot on polishing some of the vision setup. If you might have noticed from our games, the ability to take vision is there, but there's a lot of holes. So we're really aiming to, clean that up, make sure we're not abusable there.
It doesn't feel like much is different after I became the team captain. When the role's placed on you, you kind of have to like slowly mold into it. So that's kind of what's been happening.
So I haven't put any thought into this week after the weekend, like no formal thought. Like I've been thinking like, okay, what did we do well? What did we do not well? So when I'm thinking about how to set the individual responsibilities, like I guess the things we were doing last week makes sense, but I don't know what your opinion is. What we need from each position.
I mean, the idea of captain is just, I don't know, I guess it's just new in esports. People usually don't call it that, like usually it's just a shot caller. I think captain has other like meanings to it. And for the most part, I see myself more as like a big communicator in game.
It reminded me of in the youth support. This guy's trolling, kill this guy. What the f, he's so bad, kill him.
Listen. I throw ulti. Braum can be there. He's trolling. I'm coming, I'm near mid right now. If their duo shows bot, they're trolling, by the way.
It keeps the team morale up, you know, like he just, like being like this happy or like this, I would say like strong voice, I think is really good for the team.
Testosterone is predictive to correct risk assessment in sports. We don't get the bonus of training on a football pitch and then going into a game and like huddling up and smacking each other in the back and then like running around and really activating our biology. So you have to do that mentally. You have to really get into a competitive, I want to crush them, nothing to lose, massacre my opponent, like testosterone charged competitive mindset artificially yourself.
CLG on 3? 1, 2, 3.
CLG! Is gonna land, Trade of Blows, not gonna find the stun as PoE though, so Phoenix on the chase, could have some good damage. Dodging sideways with power reveal, the flash Q, good cleanse the lantern. What a freaking ward! Biofrost with first blood! Oh my god! You have to look for a steal. Coordinate a burst,
Looking. I ulted.
Yes!
Watch.
Ager's on me. Watch.
Yeah.
It's open, but they're fighting back and forth. They might just kill CLG, but the Nexus, it's falling faster. Counter logic gaming.
Alright, GG guys.
Okay, that was a little rough, but you know, we cleaned it up, boys. We cleaned it up. Not bad.
Yeah, I'm just me. Just me sitting on this couch naturally.
Yo, this is my boy Ray.
So am I just sitting at the edge like this? Really? I can't like lean back. Oh, so I'm just like, okay. I was just making sure you're not just like me and just like, just casual. One of the highlights was, of course, like me stealing Baron. That was pretty fun. I think that's like maybe like the second or third time I've ever done that in a competitive game, and obviously the first time I've done it in LCS. So as things are going on, I definitely feel like more connected with each of the players, and it definitely helps that we're like playing better. So it's like okay, like we all have like a mutual respect in each other's play, and we're like happy that things are like going a little bit better. And I definitely feel like I kind of brought like that same type of like team like bonding like up to the main team.
No, it's probably worth it if you missed 3.
Imagine not.
You missed 2 or 3, it's probably fine.
Ray, don't even start. This monster.
I love tips.
Dude, if you're jungling and you have tips on, you're
that large box.
You know, I see some junglers when they stream and they have like the tips on. I'm like, how do you jungle? Literally every time you go over a camp, it's like literally half your screen is just a wall of text.
Why does someone do this? It's 10%. They'll look at you with that face. More
Who?
damage on our.
But it's only if he's in color.
He'll look to me and just go.
Yeah, you give me that look.
He'll always look at someone else who's listening and do that face. Right?
He's like.
Alright, so same as when we win, guys. When we lose, we have to lose together. Games we had against 100 Thieves way back when. I feel like we had more opportunities to learn, like from their style. And I could have like analyzed them a bit better with both games. I think we have a clear focus for this week in terms of training. It was really clear that we had like a very straightforward win condition, and we just need to pull it off better.
You can't get wins forever, so anytime that you end up losing, it's really important for the team to stay focused and be willing to accept that, you know, you ended up losing, you made mistakes in game that ended up losing you the game, and you just have to improve from it. I think Irean really understands the game, so whenever he talks about what we needed to do in game, he is always able to say, okay, these are the things that we messed up on, these are the things that we need to fix. So we always have like a clear understanding of what to do for the next game. Walden is really good at mentally resetting us and telling us what we need to be doing in order to be good competitors.
If you go by the mantra, lose is improve, it wasn't like anything happened in our loss versus 100 Thieves that we can't explain. I'm really proud in that loss that we stuck to our guns in the draft and that we knew what we were doing going into that and that we drafted that win condition. and that we failed in executing that win condition because it required a little bit of snowballing that wasn't done properly. We expect to train the shortcomings of that style so that we can use it in draft, because the meta in 9.3 is shifting that direction. And so I'm not going to tell you what it is, because that would be giving, data to the enemy. But if you're astute enough about League of Legends analysis, you can figure it out. And I leave that to the investigators in our subreddit.